The earliest wooden wheels were fitted with bands of steel, not really built for comfort. Air-filled inner tubes were part of the first successful car tyre in 1911. They're still used today in most bicycle tyres and in many motorbike tyres. These motorcycle inner tubes are made with a combination of synthetic and natural rubber. They come in a variety of sizes, and no recycled or reclaimed rubber is used during the manufacturing process, which keeps the quality high. A worker selects a slab of synthetic rubber, a bag of carbon black, a package of chemically enhanced rubber, chemicals used as antioxidants, accelerators and curing agents, and finally, some natural rubber. The materials are pulled from an internal mixer and guided into a two-roll mill, where they're squeezed together. The rubber sheet is then trimmed. Ideally, the texture of the rubber sheet is smooth. Carbon black provides colour as well as reinforcing the rubber. The rubber is now sent for cooling. It's soaked in a mixture of calcium carbonate, which once dry will prevent the rubber from sticking to itself. Workers carefully fold the continuous sheet of rubber in a stack to dry. The next day, the rubber is cool and hard, and the calcium carbonate has dried into a powder. The small strip coming out of the two-roll mill is sent to an overhead conveyor belt, which takes it to the next phase of production. The strip falls into an extruding machine, where a turning screw forces the raw rubber through a strainer. A wire is used to cut the rubber strands as they emerge. Then the rubber wad is placed in the two-roll mill once again. The rubber will gradually be shaped in preparation for the next phase of extrusion. Squeezed into a strip, the rubber falls into a tube extruder machine. As it passes through the die, it emerges in a cylindrical shape. The rubber tube is hot. Water cools it down and cleans away any remaining residue. The rubber tube now enters a cutting machine. Calcium carbonate powder helps prevent sticking. After being cut, a hole is punched in the tube and a valve inserted. The first cone punches the hole, the second inserts the valve. A worker replaces each valve after it's been inserted into the rubber tube. This machine can process 22 tubes per minute. Here's the rubber tube with the hole punched, and with the incomplete valve now connects the two ends of the cut tube. He places both ends into the machine, which fuses them together. By the time the machine completes the process, the worker has two more loose ends in place. First, the knife cuts both ends of the tube. By clearing away the calcium carbonate powder, the two heated ends can stick together. No glue is needed. The cut is clean and straight. Heat bonds the seam together. A worker now pumps air into the circular tube. He hammers wax into the incomplete valve in order to temporarily seal the air inside. Another worker places the tube in a mold. It will be heated for a few minutes as part of the vulcanization process. The wax that held the air inside has melted, but after being vulcanized in the mold, the tube retains its cylindrical shape. To flatten the shaped tube, any remaining air inside is removed using a vacuum. These workers give the inner tube its finishing touches. They complete the valve by adding a core, followed by a ring, a nut and a valve cap. They then fold the finished inner tube, keeping it in place with rubber bands. The folded inner tubes are packaged up and heat sealed. So there you have rubber inner tubes. Do you know, I'll never tire of the facts.